Hey guys, Carter here with BDS Suspension. I am pumped to announce the 8-inch 4-link systems for the late model Ram 2500 and 3500 trucks. They got a lot of cool components, so let's get into it and talk what's in this kit. Now this new 8-inch system converts the factory radius arm over to a 4-link conversion. The reason for that 4-link conversion, you get better handling, better control, more strength, and ultimately it controls the caster as the vehicle cycles through the suspension. So along with that, you're also going to get a set of Pro Ride coils. These Pro Ride coils are a dual rate coil spring designed to offer improved performance on and off-road. Now with that, you're gonna get a new shock. You have a couple of shock options. Right off the bat, we're gonna have the NX2, which is our twin tube gas shock, as well as the Fox 2.0 Performance Series shock. It's an internal floating piston to IFP style. It's an aluminum body, it disperses heat better. And then in the future, we're gonna have everything from some resi shocks, we're gonna have coilovers, and those are all to come in the future, so we'll talk more about that later. To correct the steering, you are gonna get a drop pitman arm that works with the factory steering box, drops the steering so that it puts it back in the correct angle, and along with that you get a track bar bracket that keeps everything in phase so it handles and drives straight down the road for you. The sway bar is something else that needs to be adjusted. So with the sway bar, we are actually going to put a longer link in there to actually correct the sway bar angle so that it performs the way you want it, the way it should. We have a lot of accessories on this kit, so up front you're going to find a dual steering stabilizer option. It is not required, but it is something that looks great and we recommend for helping control those larger tires you're going to fit. Final thing you're going to find up front is a bump stop extension kit. Now this is designed so that it correctly limits your up travel of your suspension so that you don't stuff that tire too far into the wheel well. When you do this kit, one thing you're also going to have to handle is the front drive shaft. Now we do include a transfer case, indexing ring, as well as a new cross member to help improve the angle for that front drive shaft, but at 8 inches of lift, you will be required to replace that drive shaft. Out back, depending on how your truck is set up, whether it's a 2500 or a 3500, we have options for those as well. So for the 2500 trucks with the rear coil spring, what we're gonna do is you're gonna actually outboard your springs. We give you a new coil bucket as well as a mount for the lower that outboards your springs by 8 inches per side. And what that does is it gives you better stability and gives you better control and gives you a nice dual rate spring in the rear as well to level out the stance. Along with that, we're going to give you control arm drop brackets to correct the angle of your control arms. We're going to give you a sway bar link extension. Now, in addition, you're going to get rear shocks. Once again, you have the option or the NX2 or the Fox 2.0 Performance Series shocks. Now, we're also going to give you bump stop extensions to correctly limit that up travel. In the rear, you're going to get two additional things. You're going to get a track bar relocation bracket. Now, this is a multi-piece bracket that is designed to brace as well as correctly center the rear axle. Now last thing, you're gonna get brake line extensions. At this height, you do need to extend your brake lines, and by doing that, we allow you to reuse your factory brake lines. Now this kit allows clearance for up to 40-inch tires. Obviously on this truck right here, we have 38s. The reason for that is the offset of the wheels. Now it is a popular trend to do wider wheels, and you have to account for that, so it's gonna allow a little bit smaller tire to fit. So 38 to 40s, depending on the wheel setup you do. If you do a 9 to 10 wide with 5-inch backspace or so, you'll be able to fit a 40. On this setup with 24 by 14s, we say 38 by 1550 is gonna fit. You might have to do a little bit of trimming, but it looks great on here. All right, so for more on this kit, head to bds-suspension.com.